Hello, you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Dana Villa coming to you from Chicago, USA. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In response to the passage of H.R. 8296, also known as the Women's Health Protection Act, passed by the U.S. House of Representatives on July 15, the Catholic bishops have condemned it. In a statement, the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops described the legislation as the most unjust and extreme abortion on demand bill the nation has ever seen. As many as 219 House members voted in support, while 210 cast their vote in favor of the bill that expands abortion access across the United States. The statement was signed by the chairman of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops Committee on Pro-Life Activities, Archbishop William E. Lori, and chairman of the Committee for Religious Liberty, Cardinal Timothy Dolan. The bishop said that offering free or low-cost abortion is not a choice, but coercion and callous abandonment. They said that the resources women need to care for themselves and their children must instead be enhanced. According to the bishops, quote, deliberately ending the lives of defenseless and voiceless human beings is the antithesis of healthcare, end quote. The prelates concluded the statement exhorting the nation to prioritize the well-being of women, children, and families with both material resources and personal accompaniment. The Catholic Church in China is rejoicing over Beijing's cathedral reopening after it was closed following COVID restrictions imposed by the communist authorities. In addition to the reopening celebrations, the Catholic community of the Archdiocese of Beijing also witnessed the sacraments of Christian initiation of 101 catechumens, most of whom are adults. On the eve of July 16, the day before the reopening, the faithful, both young and old, gathered outside the gate with joy to take part in the celebration. The catechumens were baptized and given the sacraments of confirmation and First Communion by Beijing Archbishop Joseph Li Shan on the afternoon of July 16. The celebrations began soon after a prayer at the Grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes and the altar. Cathedral Rector Father Joseph Zhao praised everyone who would continue the arduous road of faith and urged everyone to keep guarding the community's, quote, fresh seedlings, end quote. As part of the National Day of Prayer for Peace in Mexico on Sunday, July 24, the Episcopal Conference, the Conference of the Major Superiors of Religious, and the Jesuits have urged believers to come to the event with photos of loved ones killed in violence. In a statement issued on July 18, the groups also urged the priests to have special prayers for the departed and ask for truth, justice, and comfort for their families. The prelates and the religious thanked the solidarity of the faithful in response to the Day of Prayer for Peace, which was observed on July 10. The Episcopal Conference and the Mexican province of the Society of Jesus had called the faithful to observe July 24th as a day for prayer for peace in the face of the escalating violence that has recently taken the lives of 2 Jesuit priests. A U.S. flight attendant dismissed in 2017 after publicly stating her pro-life views on abortion on social media received a compensation of $5.1 million from a federal court in Texas. Former Southwest flight attendant Charlene Carter claimed that she was subjected to unconstitutional discrimination because of her firmly held religious convictions. This was upheld by a federal jury in Texas. The jury also concluded that the union did not fairly represent her and that they had retaliated against her for voicing her opinions. Welcoming the verdict, Carter said, quote, "Today is a victory for freedom of speech and religious beliefs," end quote. Carter was required to pay dues to the Transport Workers Union of America Local 556 as a condition of her job, even though she had terminated her membership as her religious beliefs did not coincide with that of the union. Carter discovered in January 2017 that Audrey Stone, president of TWU Local 556, and other officials had utilized union funds to attend the Women's March in Washington, D.C., which supports organizations like Planned Parenthood. The flight attendant criticized on social media the union's participation at the event, which led to the case. In Myanmar, where government troops are fighting ethnic militia in Christian-dominated states, there are reports that Catholic villages and establishments are regularly targeted. The latest report explains how hundreds of residents of a historic Catholic village, Monla, in the Sagaing region, were forced to flee their homes in intimidation. The residents left their homes after learning about an attack in the nearby Christian village on July 17. The number of fatalities is unknown, as well as the number of homes belonging to Catholics that were destroyed. Among the hundreds of residents that left the area are priests and nuns. According to sources, early on Monday, July 18, 3 helicopters flew over several villages, including Monla. In recent months, local villagers have left their homes out of fear of being attacked by junta forces. Since the military seized power in the Southeast Asian country in February last year, Catholic villages have been targeted. The latest attack came within weeks of a raid that left 500 homes burned down in a historic Catholic village in Yangon. Over the past year, no fewer than 26,000 Asian women were saved by Talitha Kum, the international network of nuns committed to eradicating and fighting human trafficking. Fides, a Vatican news agency, reported that the international network of nuns saved 26,065 women from being trafficked in 2021. Sister Abby Avellino of Maryknoll Congregation, who also chairs Talitha Kum Asia, said, quote, "Prevention was the Asian network's priority," end quote. She says this was fostered through training and awareness campaigns in schools, communities, and parishes targeting young women, religious, and local community leaders. The nun claims that the present socio-economic condition has made the issue of human trafficking in Asia worse. Several Asian nations are experiencing severe economic difficulties due to the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing political unrest, as seen in Myanmar, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Talitha Kum, headquartered in Rome, was founded by the International Union of Superiors General in 2009 and functions in nearly 100 countries. The Sacred Heart Church of the First Peoples in Edmonton, Alberta, which suffered around $350,000 in damages in a fire 2 years ago, was rededicated on Sunday, July 16. This comes ahead of the visit of Pope Francis to Canada. The ceremony was led by Edmonton Archbishop Richard Smith. The church was reopened for public celebration of the Sunday Holy Mass after 2 years of renovation. The Sacred Heart Church construction was completed in 1913. It is one of the oldest churches in Edmonton. Pope Francis will visit Sacred Heart Church on July 25 to meet the parishioners as part of a 6-day apostolic visit. The Holy Father is scheduled to arrive at the Edmonton International Airport from Rome on July 24. The papal visit will conclude on July 29. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.